Hello, my name is Chris Kirperine, and today I'm going to give my final speech for the speech class. Um, my speech today is an informative class. It's about how what family means to me and how I am as a family man. During my introductory speech, I talked about how I was a race car driver, how I fight for the little people, and one thing that I hold most dear to me is being my family and being a family man. So the biggest thing about me is I'm been in the Army for almost 18 years, and the last almost 4 years I've spent away from my family on 2 deployments. And they live in Missouri. I'm stationed in Oklahoma, so we're about 6 hours apart. It's very difficult for me. It's very difficult for my wife and my kids at the same time. I was a drill sergeant prior to going to Fort Sill. And even though I came home every night, there'd be nights where I came home and I wouldn't even see my kids for 2 days, because by the time I got home, they were already in bed, and by the time I left the next morning, they were still sleeping. So there would be times where I wouldn't be able to see them. And even though we were in the same roof and we knew we were just a room apart, it was still kind of difficult, and it was very difficult on my wife. And my wife has a job, and she's taking care of 3 of my kids. And here's my family right here. My wife Shauna, my youngest daughter, or I'm sorry, my middle child Cheyenne, my youngest daughter Kaylee, and my oldest daughter Savannah. And what she's done while I've been gone is phenomenal. She's been pretty much a single parent while I've been gone, and she knows why I'm doing this, and my kids understand why I'm doing this. But sometimes I feel bad, because it's kind of hard to. I understand it's hard to them to understand why I'm away and why I'm doing what I'm doing. But with my kids and what my wife has done is, my wife takes them to soccer practice, softball practice. My middle child Cheyenne played softball for 3 years straight, where she played almost the entire year for 3 years on 2 different travel teams, a house team, and then my oldest one is cheer camp. The day that gets out of high school, when she gets out of school, she starts cheer camp the following month, and it's straight cheering, all practice all the way through summer and straight into the season, the football season, basketball season, and now she's doing soccer. So on top of my wife working a 9 to 5, she has to be, take my kids here, there, and everywhere else. And then my youngest one, she's only in 2nd grade, but she's also does sports as well. But on top of it all, they all 3 maintain straight A's. My oldest one is in National Honor Society. She's part of the student council. As a matter of fact, my wife last night was up until 10:30. She had to go pick my daughter up at 10:30 from the school because of student council meetings. And my middle child is in Junior National Honor Society, and is also part of the student council. So I think what I do in the military kind of carries over to my kids. The amount of work. I mean, 18 years in the Army is a long time, and to take that and show them that you got to work hard for what you want, and you got to stick to what you love to do. And I love the military. It's going to be hard today. I walk away, but it's going to be even that much better whenever I do go home, because I'll be able to be with my family. It's just that they take what I learn, what I teach them, as far as work ethic and treating people right and everything else, and they carry it over to school. And I can't wait for see what the future has to hold for them. I know they got aspirations of going to college and playing sports for them, or whatever else, and that's something my wife is really put on them. Is school comes first, and it's most important. Very important to go to school, and that's something in my family growing up. School was not as pressed as hard as by my parents as it was as what we do. And my daughters are very responsible people, and at the age that they are. My youngest one's only 8, and she can carry on a conversation with you as if you're talking to an adult. She's funny at times, she cracks up. They all have a good personality, but like I said, being in the military and being away from them is very hard. But every night I talk to them, I Snapchat with them, I Instagram with them, I do whatever social media I can at the age of 38 to be able to stay connected with my daughters while I'm away. And again, this is my second deployment in a 2-year span. And you know, it's very difficult on them, but I try to stay positive. I try to make sure that they have everything they wanted or they want. You know, they got things that when I was a kid I wish I had, but they're not spoiled by no means. They have to earn it, and so I wanted, you know, and this, like I said, this speech right here is more or less, I wanted to tell you how, you know, 18-year veteran, the difficulties that I have with family and the difficulties that are, you know, being away from the family, but having your family still strive and still be able to do stuff. And it's, again, the family is very, very important to me. I'm very close to my mother-in-law, my parents at home, my brothers, and but so this class right here, or this speech right here, is more or less just to inform you that, you know, if you have good work ethics and you do the right thing, and it carries over to your kids, and your kids can go ahead and do that too, and push it in their lives, and then make their lives better as well, as to include the people around them. And so, in conclusion, I just wanted to know that, hey, be there for your parent family, even though you're apart. Be there as much as you can. Connect with them as much as you can. I read books to my daughters through the USO. I just read a book to my daughter's second grade class. So even the kids love that, and you know, show them that, hey, yes, you're gonna go through hard times in life, but you know, they'll get through it, and you know, everything will work out. Thank you.